Hi, I'm Devin and I'm a BC Lions fan. The Lions play in the CFL, a plucky little league with 9 teams. Tickets are cheap and the players also have full-time jobs. Today we're at the BC Lions Show and Shine outside of BC Place looking at cool cars. Let's start with a supercar. A supercar is called a supercar because it's fast. This is a McLaren 750S Spider. They call it a Spider because it is a convertible. I'm not sure how that makes it a Spider, but that's what it is. This is in the Tokyo teal color and it's looking straight out of Tron. Look at those seats. This is a Make-A-Wish car, so I'm assuming a sick child has decided to donate this to a wealthy man. I'm just kidding, Make-A-Wish seems great. I don't know why they own a supercar, but I guess kids like cars. It does look like a toy car, so I could see a child really liking this. From the back though, I am getting Angry Pig vibes. Lotus Evora. This is an early model, probably around 2010. You can tell because it has a cute smile. I think these cars are really cool. They're so compact and sporty. Feels like you could really throw them around. And how can you hate on a car that's named after a delicate flower that grows on the water? The engine of course is in the back and it's made up of tubes. Just like the internet. A Volkswagen bus from the 1960s. Look at that split window. What a beaut. Huge logo on the front. I don't think cars should bring back huge logos, but I think the Volkswagen bus can pull it off. I love how the headlights on these sort of poke out to the sides, almost like it's a chameleon or a frog. It's definitely giving amphibian, if amphibians were rusty. And look at this cool stuff, Vancouver soundscape, music in motion. This person loves the CFL and supporting local music. And thank you for warning me that this is a slow-moving vehicle. I probably wouldn't have figured that out from it moving really slow. '53 Mercury M100. I know it's a Mercury because it's written on the valve cover. But what is it really? The frame is from a 1956 Ford F100 panel van. The rear end is from a 2000 Ford Explorer. The drivetrain is from a 1977 Mustang 302. And the grille is from a 1955. It's like Frankenstein's monster if he was gorgeous. Here we have a 1979 Ford Bronco Ranger XLT. This is a real hog of a truck. This is modded out the wazoo with a 4-inch suspension lift, new gears, and a second generation Ford Coyote 5-liter V8. This truck's given real rude boy energy. And would you believe this is my second favorite Bronco at this car show? Stick around in the video to see which one is my favorite. And maybe my favorite vehicle of the entire show. Still, shouts to this Bronco. It's clean, it's mean, and it kind of looks like one of those massive pumpkins or vegetables that people bring to competitions. It's so big. Here we have a slammed Cadillac, or a slammy caddy, as I like to call them. This thing is gorgeous. I think this is a Brougham d'Elegance, or is it a Fleetwood? I don't really know my Cadillacs. They all seem to look the same to me from the, 70s all the way through the 90s. They look like pizza boxes. And speaking of pizza, what is this, 13 inches? Look at these wire wheels, those spokes. You could strain pasta through those. The interior was gorgeous. The seats were a couch. There was a couch in the back and a couch up front. Huge respect to anyone restoring these and driving these big old boats around town. The Porsche 356 Roadster. It's called a Roadster because it's a convertible. But Devin, I thought convertibles were called Spiders. They are. What a dream. I could imagine driving this around in a Fellini film. This was the most beautiful car at the Show and Shine, and if you don't think so, then you're wrong. That doesn't mean it was my favorite car. That car is coming up, but it's up there. So smooth, like a pebble washed up on the shore. A pebble that costs 170 grand. 1955 Ford Thunderbird. I adore these cars. They're kind of the perfect, cute convertible. The amount of space, the flat back on the trunk going to those rear tail lights that flare just a bit, not too much, just a bit, in a tasteful way. Shouts to this car club for bringing this Thunderbird here today. Just imagine yourself, 1955, going to the malt shop to have a soda with your sweetheart. 1968 Ford Mustang Shelby GT350. Say that 10 times fast. 1968 Ford Mustang Shelby GT350. If you have seen the latest Paul Thomas Anderson film, One Battle After Another, you've seen one of these. There's a sly reference from Paul Thomas Anderson to Steve McQueen's Bullet. And not to mention Eleanor from Gone in 60 Seconds. These are iconic American movie muscle royalty right here. I like it. This isn't my favorite color. I also don't love the two stripes, but it's putting it all out there. It's saying, hey, look at me. I am an icon. I am a diva. That's right. I'm calling this car a diva, and it deserves it. It's awesome. 1976 Ford Bronco in the burnt orange. Yes, this is my favorite Bronco at the car show, and it's also my favorite vehicle at the show. I just think it's perfect. Look at how cute it is. That white grille, the burnt orange, the white top. And look at this really awesome vintage igloo cooler mod. They didn't come stock with these, but this is something that you can do to your Bronco if you happen to own one of these absolute beauties. And to finish it off, the Ford Bronco cooler in the back. Not to mention, this is the color of the BC Lions. How perfect could it be? Best car at the BC Lions Show and Shine. Okay, shout out to Leak Pro for whatever this thing is. Packard Clipper Deluxe from the 1950s. Now, this is another convertible from the 50s. Think about this compared to that Thunderbird we looked at. The Thunderbird was so svelte, so small, and this is just big and ornate. It's got so much chrome. I mean, this has enough chrome on it to start a web browser. That's a little internet joke for you. It's beautiful. I mean, I'm not usually into all these little pieces glued on as fake sort of vents and things, but on an old car, why not? Slather it on, like jam on toast. Give me as much chrome as you can. This thing was meant to be showy, and it was meant to show off. And I love that. I love a big, bodacious vehicle. So good stuff here, Packard Clipper. And not to mention this Dodge Mayfair from the 50s. Same owner, he parked way far away from all the other cars. Look at how beautiful this thing is, blue and white. And again, chrome for days. A coupe and a convertible, what more do you need? Finally, we have a 1973 Dodge Dart Sport. Now, these used to be called Demon Fastbacks, which is way cooler of a name than Dodge Dart Sport, but they changed it because they thought the demon name and the devil with the pitchfork logo, an all-time classic logo, negatively affected sales to people of faith. Dodge, you know what to do. Bring back the Demon Fastback. And that was my time at the BC Lions Show and Shine. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye!